I have written 3 books. Got another one coming along. I've been in ministry, of course, more than 40 years, but I did not do a lot of writing in the early days, but I felt now was the time to do some writings. This little book, we simply call it The Keys to Help You Enjoy Bible Reading. It's a booklet, approximately 50 pages. I'm not really into writing long books, and I'm not sure people are into reading long books, so I wanted something fairly short that they could easily use. My motivation of writing this book is targeting new Christians, or maybe Christians who simply have not read the Bible, new Christians who don't know anything about the Bible, older Christians who simply, for whatever reason, have spent very little time. So my target is the fairly new Christians. It's a small little book, but it is to be used daily. It's not the type of booklet that you just read and set aside and say, okay, I'm finished. It is to guide you into a reading program that can go just as long as you may need it to go. It will serve as an introduction to the Bible. I try to give them a basic understanding what this book is all about, breaking it into making sure they understand it's an Old Testament, New Testament, the Old Testament being the times before Christ, the New Testament after Christ. The benefit is to take you into the Word of God in an understandable way so that you can use the Word of God. So many Christians simply don't know the Bible. They don't know the Bible because they haven't read the Bible. They come on Sunday mornings and that's about all they get. They may come back next Sunday. Very few are involved in Bible studies. So I've written this hoping that people will use it at home on a daily basis and just follow the path to reading the entire Bible that I've laid out here. We have an agreement with our printer who's very kind to us and who is very mission concerned. So everything that comes, including the printing, everything that the proceeds goes to missions 100%. I have my editors, and my editors are in my church, working on the next book, and at this point I simply referring to it as The Call. And my motivation of writing this is the questions I get from those who I minister to. How do you know whether God is calling you to a specific ministry? How do you know God is calling at all? So I've anticipated questions, and I've heard these questions, and I've tried to answer them. And again, it will be a booklet addressing about 12 questions that people have about the call of God. How do we know that God is calling? How do we know that it's not just me? How do we know it's not friends or family? So that's what's coming. And then after that, I've got a couple of others already.